And one other thing I'll be doing very early in the administration is closing up the Department of Education in Washington, D.C., and sending all education and education work and needs back to the states.
Now, Project 2025 is a consolidation of a lot of things that the Republican Party wants to do, and in particular, defunding the Department of Education. Schools should be responsive to parents rather than to leftist advocates intent on indoctrination. And the more the federal government is involved in education, the less responsive to parents the public schools will be. This department is an example of federal intrusion into a traditionally state and local realm. For the sake of American children, Congress should shutter it and return control of education to the states. And I agree. The federal government should not be involved in what is taught in public schools. But you have to get somebody involved to regulate the bullcrap that's going on in certain states.
The Times reporting on nearly a dozen Republican-led states seeking to ban or limit how the role of slavery and the pervasive effects of racism can be taught.
17 states now restrict teaching race in classrooms, especially in ways that make students feel discomfort, anguish, or guilt. Similar bans have been introduced in at least 25 other states.
Governor DeSantis is now also talking about his administration's decision to reject an advanced placement course focused on African American studies.
Knowledge is power. And one of the things that a lot of slave owners and a lot of people in America wanted to do was restrict knowledge from certain people. And in restricting that certain knowledge, if you don't know, it doesn't exist. If you don't know, you're ignorant to it, and the laws can be perverted and changed to fit a certain narrative. And if you don't know, and if you're not aware, then you think it's not going to affect you until it does. Just like most people are not reading Project 2025 published mandate. And to take African American studies out of schools, out of public education, they're basically telling you to forget. They don't want you to forget the Alamo. They don't want you to forget the Holocaust.
They are waiting for us to forget because in forgetting, we make possible the resurrection of these monsters. Never rest, never forget.
They don't want you to forget 9/11.
We'll always honor the heroes of 9/11. And here at this hallowed place, we pledge that we will never forget their sacrifice.
But they want you to forget slavery.
For 200 years ago, our grandfathers were slaves. Well, for God's sakes, did we have anything to do with that? I had no part in it. I had no slaves. My folks didn't. My grandparents didn't. Are they blaming us for what happened 3 years ago? Let's forget the past.
I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago for whom none of us currently living are responsible is a good idea.
What do you think?